Welcome to ODT Sports Chat. As you can see, I'm all set to go. I'm down at the hockey turf here today. I'm just about to take on two New Zealand reps, and we've got one of the women's representing the Otago reps as well. So the three of them taking me on in goal. I'm pretty confident at this stage, but I'll wait and see how fast they come. Well, you've just registered my first attempt at being a goalie down here at the hockey turf. Well, it wasn't that good, by the way, but I've got some heavies with me who are firing boys. We've got Patrick, who's just here on my left, plays for Otago and New Zealand. We've got Benji Culhane, who's also playing for Otago and New Zealand. And we've got Hayley Cox, who's in the Otago team. Hayley, this is your first year in the Otago team?
No, so I came down last year for uni and I played for Otago then too.
And have you been away on a tour as well? Was there a New Zealand Maori side?
Yeah, so over the summer we were training, we went away to Oman in January and we played at the Hockey Fives World Cup, which was a pretty cool experience.
So goals for this year? You must be close to making the New Zealand team now, are you? After beating me especially on the left hand, on the right hand side.
Well, it was a bit of a confidence boost, but
right. Boys, I'll bring you in. So lads, you're just about to head off to Malaysia for a tournament prior. I think you've got two tournaments prior to the Olympics coming up. So you've got this tournament and then the nation. Whereabouts is the nations tournament, Benji?
It's in Poland. All selection dependent as well, though. Yeah.
Right. So you boys are both picked for the first tournament, which is Malaysia, and then do they cull the squad then, or what happens?
Yeah. So after Malaysia, there's going to be another selection. And then if you're in the team, you're looking quite good to make the Olympics.
So boys, Benji, what are you thinking? You must be comfortable. Yeah, I mean, you put a free over the top. I know I just sprayed them a bit, but are you close?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Won't get too ahead of myself. Putting a few past you, but no, hopefully give it a crack.
And what about you, mate?
Yeah, still trying to crack that squad. So this will be a nice wee boost in this Malaysia.
I understand you've got two other brothers, so three of the Ward boys playing for Otago.
Yeah, so I've been lucky enough to have a couple of brothers play alongside me, so it's pretty cool.
Are they older or younger?
They're older.
So you've got a lot of tips off them, but you're the first one in the family to make the New Zealand squad at this stage?
Yeah, I'm the lucky one, so it's pretty cool getting there, watching my brothers play hockey. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So look, Hayley, we'll bring you back in. So which club do you play for in town?
I play for City Highlanders.
And did I read they're a pretty good side? Are they top of the comp? Even though it's just started, were they the top team from last year?
Yeah, we did pretty well last year. We worked pretty hard and we got the treat, so that's always good.
And you won your first game?
We drew our first game and then we won our first Shield defence on the weekend.
Right. And so boys, which clubs are you two both playing for?
I play for University.
And you're playing?
Tyree.
Oh, you dirty old Tyree. Who's the top team in the men's comp at this stage? Oh, it'd be early days, but who was the top team last year, put it that way?
Top team probably would have been Tyree, but we got one over them in the final. So
yeah. You beat them in the final. How'd you feel about that?
It was pretty gutting.
Right, so boys, what did you think of my form in the net for the first foot in the goal for the first time? I was all right when you were going a bit slow, but once you got it hitting a bit faster, I struggled a bit.
Yeah, no, pretty impressive for your first time, I'd say.
Yeah, good work. I'll pay you later. What about you thinking?
Yeah, you had the right movement, actions, just look good.
Thank you. Righto, look, we'll be back soon and we'll be talking to the GM, Andy McLean, to find out what's going on around the hockey scene. Right, so we're at the back. We're still in the McMillan Hockey Turf, mate. So where are we? This is the bar area. Do all the teams use this?
Yeah, so we're up in our club rooms at the moment. This is where all of the teams come up before and after the games. We once we get into the season, we sort of have competitions running 6 days a week. So this is always pretty busy up here.
Senior grades are played. The senior grades will be played on for both men and women. Will both be on Saturdays, I presume.
Correct. Our club hockey's on Saturday. So on a Saturday we have Division 1 and Division 2, and then on a Sunday afternoon our Division 3 teams here. Right.
But we've got this big flash shield down here in front of us, mate. So we've now won this. It took us 114 years to win this Challenge Shield, which is it's for the premier provincial team in the country, men's, correct?
Correct, yeah. So pretty cool, really. Tier 1 men, or the whole National Hockey Championship was held here in 2022, and the men managed to get up and beat Wellington in the final, which, as you say, was the first time that Otago had won that in 114 years. So pretty special effort, and where we're standing now was pretty well celebrated up here, as you can imagine. And then last year, just to prove that it wasn't good luck, the boys under Dave Ross's leadership got up to Hamilton and defended it. So 2 in a row, which is heck of an effort.
Well, it's an amazing effort because, I mean, you were up for the Sportsman of the Year and you got picked by basketballists because they won their championship as well. But I mean, was it a shock to you guys or has this been coming for some time?
Look, we're lucky to have a really solid crew of guys in that team, 100%. Pretty special story. Dave's coached a number of them since they were juniors. And they've made their way through the ranks. A number of them now in the mix for higher honours. 4 of them going away with the Black Sticks in a couple of weeks.
Well, mate, just to think about it, we just had 2 of the young fellas out here, and they're both going to Malaysia in that team. And there's 4 of your Otago squad are in that Black Stick. That must make you feel incredibly proud.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome for the community to see guys coming through the ranks, playing their hockey here, playing in the club competition here. In the case of Benji, who have had out there, Southland boy who's come to uni here, so come through the ranks down in Southland, up to uni here, and then on to the highest honours with Paddy, come through with Kings.
Obviously hockey in that family with 3 of them in the Otago too.
Well, 3 boys and a daughter as well, who's also a rep.
He didn't mention her.
Also a rep hockey player. So Blair actually managed the team that's won that 2 years in a row, which is their dad. So again, another really cool story about a group of people that have chipped away for a number of years. Extremely talented, and to see them get the chocolates both here and up in Hamilton, really special.
Right, let's talk about the grassroots of the game. So let's tell. I was doing a basketball thing last week, and they staggered me with their number of teams. So you're playing this in the schools, obviously, and schools and primary school, secondary school. When do they play at the turf?
So we're a winter sport, obviously. Term 2 and Term 3 is our school competition. We have that through the week. So Monday and Tuesday nights, both here and out at Kings, full of secondary school competitions. Wednesday after school we have our primary school competition, and then on a Friday night we have our year 7 and 8.
So how many primary school teams have you got?
Registration's just coming in for this year. Last year we were around the 50.
And secondary school?
Similar, around the 50, and then another around the 40 year 7 and 8 teams on the Friday night comp. So I think in total 130 something.
Right. So that's can you and you've only really got 3 turfs to do that on. So you've got these 2 here, obviously, and then you've got the one at Kings High School. But is that enough?
It's busy. Until a couple of years ago, we only had 2. So some of those school competitions were going through till 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
To make it fit, which, as you can imagine, not ideal for the young players to be out there. But with Kings, with the 3 turfs. Back-to-back games across 3 turfs and spreading it out across the whole week for the various competitions, it works nicely.
So just on that, mate. So is the sport growing?
It is definitely trending up. I actually had a look. We're not long from doing our numbers for Hockey New Zealand. About 10 years ago, our total registrations were registered players around the 1,800. This year, we were reporting in and around the 2,600. So definitely trending up. Obviously from year to year bounces around a bit, a couple of messy years there with COVID, but the sport 100% is on the rise. Numbers are growing. Good positive story. Yeah.
Okay, mate. So let's talk about the open grades then. So once they've come out of school, do you get up? We talked to when I was talking to the basketball guys, they had a massive fall off. But are you getting fall off, or are they going on to play open grade hockey?
Look, if you look at our membership, it's almost a third in terms of up to year 8, secondary school and then club. Obviously Dunedin's got its own dynamic. We have a whole lot of people turn up here in the first year of uni and join the club competition as students. So our club competition does do extremely well out of the tertiary education. I think there's always drop off, at the different stages between juniors and secondary and club. But our numbers as a whole do hold well. The other thing about hockey is it's played, till people get on a bit as well. The National Masters tournament in Wellington recently had nearly 100 teams.
Right. So, talk to me about the numbers then in the senior men's grade. How many clubs in senior men and senior women's?
In our Premier competition, we have 6 teams in each of those grades. The men's competition includes a team from Southland, so 5 local teams here in Southland in our Prem men this year, and our Prem women is 6 local sides.
So 6 teams in men and 6 teams in women. Who are you've got a couple of shining light teams. The boys are trying to tell me the Eels were the top team, but they got beaten by City Highlanders, I think, last year in the final. So who are the top contenders we should be looking out for in both grades?
No, last year the Tyree men had a really solid season and probably did dominate the season, and then as Benji was pretty quick to have a wee dibble and Paddy's ribs out there, the university boys got up over them in the final. Benji Culhane coming back from international duty probably had a bit to do with that, and they played a bloody good last couple of weeks and got up and won it in the final. In the women's side of it, City Highlanders have been consistently for a number of years now the top side, really well coached by Ben, and they've had a really consistent crew there, and they've dominated the women's scene for a number of years.
Okay, so we've talked about the men's team and how well they're going. So just quick to finish on them. So what are they looking like this year heading into, when do you play for the Challenge Shield this year? And when and where?
Ford National Hockey Championship is in September. This year it's in the Manawatu. Our team will be strong again. They have lost a couple of players from the last couple of years, but there's some good stuff waiting in the wings as well. So they'll 100% be competitive. They'll be going up there to give it a nudge. 3 in a row would be unreal. That'll obviously be bloody challenging and hard work, but they'll go up there with a good side.
Okay, let's talk about, so where's the women's team up? Are they in top tier, or whereabouts are they in terms of status around the country?
They're also a Tier 1 side, which is great. So there's 8 teams play Tier 1, both the men's and women's. The women are probably more in a developing stage. They have struggled a little bit in the last couple of national tournaments, but they are improving significantly. Last year was a massive step up for them on the year before, and they are now giving some of the other bigger teams a fright. They're getting close, they're competitive. There's a number of their players being identified in the likes of under 21 national programs, so they're on the right path. They've got a great group, a great culture. They're working really hard as well, and I think we can look to see them start to climb the ranks over the next couple of years as well.
Okay, mate. Look, thanks. I hope the season goes well. We'll be back. Just remember, we'll be back talking hockey next month, but we'll come out when we've got all the kids playing out on the turf, talk to some of the kids, see how that's going, and to just get a real feel for what's happening at that junior level.